Part of our morning routine. Oh, sneezy McSneeze or something. Is we go for a stroll in Kelowna area. Oh, Gatsby keeps sneezing. It's a pretty nice day today. Yesterday was not the nicest. Snowy, chilly. But today's nice. He loves the little fenced off portion. Oh yeah, taking a pee. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. It's like a little fenced off thing in the condo area for dogs. So they can be off leash a little bit. And then they even have like little poop bags. Kind of neat. Hey, cats. All you corgi lovers out there. Cat does a corgi. And I love him. As he takes a piss. This is the view coming out of our place, which is pretty nice. Morning. Whoa. God. Morning routine. Oh man, I'm blowing this. I have coffee and I had cocoa in there from last night because I had some sugar-free hot chocolate. That's my creamer. And then I have this, which is 95% less sugar, and so the macros are pretty good. It's 2 grams of fat and 1 gram of carbs, 0 sugar, and that's just because I would rather eat my carbs than drink them. And then I usually put in about that much. I say it's usually roughly 2 tablespoons. Wow, that's looking really creamy today. And then I have 2 of these Sugar Twins, which you probably don't need to, but I am kind of a sugar freak. That means forever. In case you didn't know. This mug was massive at Winners. That's why I got it. We need our coffee. Don't we? Yeah, we do. Hi, I'm back. And this time I'm not in my pajamas, but I am in comfy clothes because that's just who I am. So this time I actually want to talk about motivation, which seems to be such a common topic in vlogs and in the fitness industry too. And I myself am somebody who lack motivation in certain days and need to get it. And so when I was competing before, it was very easy to get motivation because you're on a strict regimen. So it was, you know, every day was the same, and so I could count on that. I could count on the structure. Like, I have a very specific goal, and so my goal was, you know, you have 16 weeks, or usually for me it was longer, to cut down and get ready for shows. And so there was no way, or there was no excuse. So it was like, well, I only have 10 more weeks, or I only have 8 more weeks, or whatever, to get ready. So the motivation was there. When you stop competing, or when you take a step away from specific goals like that, it's really hard because you don't have a specific goal anymore. So for me, now when I'm not competing and I'm trying to remember like why I like going to the gym, or what I should do when I go to the gym, or even with diet, like what are my goals? My current goal right now is to just feel good about going to the gym. And I know that even some people have a really hard time just going in general, which really, really makes me take a step back sometimes because I'll have a client and they'll say like, I really want to go, Lindsay. I can't go because it gives me anxiety just to walk in the doors. And oh my God, that's the times where I seriously just miss training people one-on-one. If you're in the Kelowna area and you need a personal trainer, please contact me because I miss it. I love taking people into the gym and just giving them that hand that they need. Anyways, I put points down so that I don't ramble. I'm already rambling. Motivation. So my goal right now is just to feel good about going to the gym and feel good about, where I am. I was on a reverse after my last show. And so after that, I just kind of spiraled around with different regimens, especially with diet. So now my goal is to reverse, is to slowly increase my calories and just feel good about activity. My calories right now, I'm telling people because I'm often asked, and I'm not going to lie about where I am. My protein is about 130, 140, and then my carbs are they're really low, 110, 120, which is so low, but believe it or not, it was even lower before that. So I've actually increased it from 60 grams, which in the past 6-7 weeks, which is pretty good. Like, I like to slowly increase it, and your goal is to increase your calories. I have to remember that it's health and not about my physique all the time. I'm always going to be physique conscious because that's just part of my job, but that's my main goal. And then my fats are around 50. So my cardio is I just do 5 times a week usually, just because I like to really get a good sweat. I'll do 5-minute warm up, and then I'll do 5 intervals of minute and 30 seconds rest, active rest, and then 30 seconds of as fast as I can. So at the end, and then a 5-minute cool down. So it's actually like 18 minutes. And that's just for me so that I spend most of my day sitting on a computer. And so that's just for me so that I can go to the gym, do something, and get sweaty as hell and then come home. Anyways, with motivation, it's really hard to find your motivation sometimes because you don't know where to look. And so for me, what I started to do actually is every morning when I'm doing my makeup, I know it's perfect, not really, but every morning when I do my makeup, I'll actually play a motivational video just to get myself going. And it's not even, I don't watch it, it's just to listen to and remind me of what my goals are and remind me of the changes that I made and why I made them and that they're important to me and what my goals are this year. Start my business, commit. And so I think it's really important to have a regiment that you get into to get yourself motivated. For some people, it's a song. For some people, it's a book, a movie. And for me, I'll just pick a different video every morning. I know even for people who are trying to commit to their goals, it seems so difficult. And I can totally relate. My goal was to move to Kelowna and to it's hard to say this, but to end the relationship that I was in because it just was not going in the direction that I wanted it to. Could get emotional, but it just was not going in the direction that I wanted it to go. And so you can spend years, literally years, just thinking about, how can I move on? How can I make the changes that are right for me? And so for me, it was literally I wanted to come to Kelowna and I wanted to come to BC and I wanted to be surrounded by people that are into the same things that I am. And I'm not saying in Saskatoon people aren't into fitness, but when you talk to people in the area here and tell them what you do, they're like, oh man, fitness here is huge. You see in the summer, people are biking, running, and the fitness community is just a lot bigger. So making those changes, believe me, they were not easy. I had to do a lot of sit downs with myself and a lot of sit downs with people that I love and tell them the decisions that I was making. And literally you spend days where you know, you're like, I'm not happy and I don't know what to do about it. Something. And that sounds so simple, but it's true. It's something, like just do something. Whether it's making a small step towards what you want for yourself in the end. Like for me, vlogging, honestly, this was a huge step for me because I don't really like putting myself in front of a camera and then watching myself talk. Because we all have our insecurities. Like, you know, you're going to sit here and be like, wow, those are looking kind of huge right now. Or you're going to pick your hair apart or pick your clothes apart or whatever else. But the point is that you're taking that step forward and doing what you can. So even when it comes to, like, for clients, going to the gym, take that step. And if you go in and you had a shitty workout and you had a bad experience, try it again. The point is, like, you're going to fail. It's just going to happen if you're going to try and really make these things happen for you. You're going to fail. Like, I've failed lots. There's been lots of times where I've been like, hey, this is the time where I'm going to try, and then I try, and then it doesn't work out. And then it just scares the shit out of you because you're like, well, I'm never doing that again. And that's your body, or that's your natural defense mechanism. Is that what I'm trying to say? That's your body's way of trying to protect you and saying, like, whoops, like, that's not what we like, so we're not going to do it again. But for me, like, I was like, nope, I'm quitting my job, I'm selling my house, I'm getting out of my relationship, and I'm moving. Which is so many changes to take in one short amount of time. But for me, you just get to the point where it's like, today's the day, and that's it. I'm tired of, you know, spending a life that just isn't for me anymore. And so the way, damn dog. So for me, it was not only that, cutting off familiar surroundings and people that I love, all my friends. Like, I mean, I'm not saying I had a million friends. So many friends. And taking that leap. Like, I don't know anyone in Kelowna. My dad lives here, yes, but what am I gonna do? Call my dad every day? Dad, I'm scared. I don't know where to go. Once you take that leap forward into the unknown, you're gonna feel so much better. Like, I remember I was so scared to even consider competing. I was like, oh my God, like that's extreme, you know? And that's another, I should look at my little list here. Committing, no. Yes, I'm talking about myself right now. Oh yeah. When I talk about competing, I know people are like, oh, she's so against competing now. But that's not it at all. Like, competing taught me a lot. Competing taught me structure. It taught me that I'm very disciplined when I want to be. It taught me that I love to have a specific goal. And I love to work hard. I love working hard. I love getting up before everyone else does and doing cardio and then going to the gym and training clients back to back from anywhere from 5 a.m. until noon or 1. Like, I love that. I love working hard. So those are the things that it taught me. But I also feel like it taught me what I don't want. And it isolated me, and it taught me to actually avoid a lot of the things that were going on in my life. It taught me to avoid, you know, my social anxiety, which I have big time, my social anxiety and my fears of how people perceive me. Like, you have no idea the anxiety that I have, still have it, not as bad, but about what other people think about me. Like, you know, you go into a room and you've gained weight from a show, and then, wow, like, people are gonna judge me. When really, at the end of the day, everyone is so selfish, they're thinking about themselves. So, taking that step forward is what really made me appreciate change and appreciate motivation. So when you're looking for someone to motivation or someone or something, just remember what you want for yourself, and remember that even if it's the smallest step, forward. Gatsby is so jealous of the camera. No. Sit down. Here. Sit. We're talking about motivation right now. Anyways, so even if it's taking the smallest step forward and focusing on yourself and what you want to do for yourself, it can be the tiniest thing. Jumping onto some sort of program, if it's fitness related, jumping onto some sort of program, even if it's 4 weeks long, 6 weeks long, contacting somebody. I used to get so much anxiety about just contacting somebody about something. Well, that's going to take forever and it's probably not going to work out. And that's me just overthinking and assuming that I know what the end result's going to be. So get outside of your head. Oops. You guys are really going to see some awesome vlogs. Get outside of your head and get outside of the negativity. God, I used to be such a negative person, and it was from my own thinking. Get outside of the negativity and think about the good things that could happen. And I used to always do that. I used to always say, like, this is what's going to happen. What if this happens? And now I try my best to think, like, but what if it doesn't happen? What if something positive comes out of it? So even just thinking positively can really motivate you into doing what you want to do. I hope this was helpful in some way. If nothing, Gatsby can help. I'm motivated, guys. I'm always motivated. Okay, can you press the stop button? See ya.